Hey there, my name is John Croushorn. I'm the co-inventor of the AAJT and the Chief Medical Officer for Compression Works. And I want to answer a couple of questions that we've gotten over social media. One of the more common ones that we get is, isn't this just like MAST trousers? It looks like the abdominal segment for MAST trousers. So for any of you that aren't familiar with MAST trousers, military anti-shock trousers, or the other term that are often used is pneumatic anti-shock garments, PASG, were something that came into use in the 70s and 80s and really fell out of favor by the mid-90s. Although you could still see them coming in the 2000s, rarely, occasionally you would. But basically they were set pants and an abdominal segment that could be inflated with the attempt of trying to auto-transfuse blood that was in the legs to try to help trauma patients. The reason that the pants ultimately sort of fell out of favor was that early studies suggested that that there might be improvements in blood pressure in trauma patients, but subsequent controlled studies showed no changes in survival. And so large-scale trial reviews, such as Cochrane and NAEMSP position papers, found no clear mortality benefit in trauma, hemorrhage, or shock patients for any reason. And so ultimately they were sort of discarded or not used anymore. They were expensive. They actually took time to put on, and so it would delay transport. The difference between the AAJT and MAST trousers are there's no aspect of the AAJT that has to do with auto-transfusion. They generally, when you use the abdominal aortic tourniquet at the abdominal site over the umbilicus, it's placed sort of similarly in body position as the upper portion of the MAST trousers. However, the AAJT inflates a wedge to go into the body simply to stop all vascular flow. So you're turning the faucet off. The idea is to eliminate arterial flow, and to be honest with you, venous flow as well down to the pelvis and below. So if you have bleeding below the site of application, it's somewhat like a faucet. You turn the faucet off and stop the flow of blood. The other side of this is the MAST trousers. To put those on, for any of my older medic friends that put these on, it took a little bit. You had to put them around the patient, you had to secure them around the patient. The AAJT is a simple ladder strap behind the back, click it in, tighten the belt, tighten the device, and then inflate. The application time is different. It's much quicker than trying to apply the MAST trousers to anybody. And the hemorrhage control side of it is very, very different because the utility of the AAJT in stopping the flow of blood is definitive when it's applied. So when you pump that up to 250, it stops the blood flow going through the distal aorta at that bifurcation point and stops the flow of blood down into the pelvis. Interestingly, when you cross-clamp the body with the device, you are stopping the blood flow from the IVC going down into the pelvis. Now that sounds weird to say because we know that the venous system returns blood to the heart, but most veins have valves, but there are no valves in the IVC. So for instance, with pelvic fracture bleeding, about 85% of bleeding in pelvic fractures comes from osseous and venous bleeding. Only about 15% is accounted from arterial bleeding. And so stopping the blood flow retrograde through the IVC down into the pelvis can prevent a large source of the bleeding from those patients. So that's sort of a rundown briefly on the difference between MAST trousers and the AAJT.